Listen to me. If you are retired, or if you are sitting there right now counting down the months until you finally say goodbye to the workforce, you need to stop what you are doing and pay very close attention to what I am about to tell you. We need to talk about your money, we need to talk about your health, and we need to talk about Medicare Part D because the rules of the game have changed for 2026. Every single year, I see beautiful, hardworking people just like you enter retirement with a sense of freedom, only to have that freedom stripped away by the terrifying, compounding, unpredictable cost of prescription medications. You face a system that feels like it was designed to confuse you, to keep you in the dark, and frankly, to drain your hard-earned nest egg. You are forced to look at your bank account and ask yourself questions that no human being should ever have to ask. Can I afford this medication this month? If I fill this prescription, will I have enough left over for groceries, or for the electricity bill, or to spoil my grandkids the way I always promised I would? The fear of outliving your money is real. And nothing accelerates that fear faster than walking up to a pharmacy counter, handing over your insurance card, and being told that your copay for a vital medication is hundreds or even thousands of dollars. You feel trapped because you cannot just stop taking the medicine that keeps you alive, but you also cannot afford to watch your life savings dwindle down to zero. You wonder, where does it end? Is there ever going to be a safety net that actually protects me when I need it most? Well, I have some news for you. For 2026, the federal government has put a brand new rule into place, and it is a massive shift from what we have seen in the past. In 2026, there is a strict, mandatory $2,100 maximum out-of-pocket cap on covered prescription drugs under Medicare Part D. Let me repeat that number so it sinks in, $2,100. Now, I know what you might be thinking because you have been burned by the system before. You are asking, what is the catch? Is this $2,100 cap a real, true shield for my wallet, or is it just another piece of confusing government fine print? Let's break down exactly how this works, cleanly and honestly, so you can stand in your financial power. This cap means that once you, out of your own pocket, spend a total of $2,100 on your covered Part D prescription drugs within the calendar year 2026, you enter what is called the catastrophic coverage stage. But unlike the old days where you still had to pay a percentage of your drug costs even in that stage, in 2026, your responsibility drops to exactly zero. You pay absolutely nothing for your covered drugs for the remainder of the year. Your plan covers 100% of the cost. Think about the peace of mind that brings. If you are someone who takes high-cost specialty medications for conditions like rheumatoid arthritis, cancer, or diabetes, your drug costs in previous years could easily have skyrocketed to $5,000, $6,000, or $7,000 or more. The donut hole used to swallow people whole. Not anymore. The donut hole is gone, and this $2,100 cap is your absolute ceiling. But you must understand what actually counts toward that $2,100 limit, because ignorance is the greatest expense you will ever face. Your annual deductible, which can be up to $615 in 2026 depending on your specific plan, does count toward the cap. Your copayments and your coinsurance throughout the year do count toward the cap. However, your monthly plan premiums, the money you pay every single month just to have the insurance policy, do not count toward that $2,100 limit. Let me say that again. Premiums do not count. Furthermore, if you decide to buy a medication that is not on your plan's formulary, meaning it is not covered by your specific insurance plan, or if you use an outside discount card at the pharmacy counter instead of running it through your Medicare Part D insurance, those dollars will not count toward your $2,100 cap either. You also need to look out for the ripples this change is causing across the insurance market. Because insurance companies are now on the hook to cover more of these catastrophic drug costs, they are adjusting their businesses. In 2026, we are seeing a significant shrinking of the market. The number of standalone prescription drug plans has dropped significantly. Some insurance companies are pulling out, others are raising premiums, and some are changing their formularies, meaning they might drop certain drugs or shift them into higher, more expensive tiers. While the average premium for a standalone plan has stabilized around $34.50 a month, your specific plan might look very different than it did last year. You cannot afford to be passive. So, what is your actionable takeaway? What must you do right now to protect your security? First, you must pull out your current plan's evidence of coverage document and look at your formulary. You need to verify that every single medication you take is actively covered under your 2026 plan. Do not assume it is just because it was covered last year. Second, if you face high drug costs right at the beginning of the year and you are worried about hitting that deductible and initial coverage phase all at once, you need to know about the Medicare Prescription Payment Plan. This is a program that allows you to opt in and spread your out-of-pocket prescription costs evenly into monthly installments throughout the calendar year. It doesn't lower the total amount you owe, but it protects your monthly cash flow so you don't face a massive, unaffordable bill at the pharmacy in January or February. My friends, health is wealth, but true wealth is also having the knowledge and the courage to manage your money with open eyes. Use this new $2,100 cap as your financial anchor, understand the rules, check your plan, and never let a lack of preparation compromise the retirement you worked your whole life to achieve. Stay safe, stay smart, and stand in your truth.